Hey guys, Jonathan Mozet here for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. How is it going? I'm here to preview the action for Week 6 in the 2015 NFL season. And in this video, we are going to take a look at the matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings. The Kansas City Chiefs come into this game 1-4 and are 1-2 away from Arrowhead Stadium, and the Minnesota Vikings come into this game 2-2. Both of their wins have come at home at TCF Bank Stadium. Now, of course, the big story in this game for the Kansas City Chiefs is no Jamal Charles, and can people like Niall Davis pick up the slack for Jamal Charles? That is obviously a huge loss for a Chiefs team that's struggling a little bit offensively, really struggling defensively. Coming into last week, they had given up 31 straight points, or through 31 points or more in 3 consecutive weeks. And then last week they looked really, really good. Had a 17-3 lead against Chicago, and then blew it and lost that game 18-17 because the defense kind of collapsed. Now you look at this Vikings team, 2-0 at home. They've won 6 straight games overall at home. And the offense is pretty good. They've got weapons like Charles Johnson, Mike Wallace, obviously Adrian Peterson. The defense for Minnesota has been absolutely great this year. I think they're in the top 10 in the league, maybe even the top 5 in the league in defense. So the Kansas City, meanwhile, has lost 4 straight games after starting 1-0 after beating the Texans in Week 1. They've dropped 4 straight games, most of which really were heartbreakers for them. This team can compete, but they're about to face a real defense in Minnesota, and they're gonna offensively they're not gonna have Jamal Charles. Now Minnesota, it isn't sure whether or not they're not sure. Whether or not they're going to have Charles Johnson or Mike Wallace. They're both kind of banged up right now. Obviously, they hope to. The interesting thing is, and I read this stat earlier, that no other Minnesota Viking has more than 8 receptions. So they don't have a whole lot of depth. At least it seems like they don't have a lot of depth at receiver. Um, and to me, though, Kansas City, I think, is the bigger story here. Everybody expected Kansas City to come out and compete for the AFC West, and so far they haven't obviously shown the ability to do that with losing 4 straight games. In the AFC West, which is a wide open division, even though Denver's 5-0, it's really a wide open division. It's slipping away from them fast. Meanwhile, I think Minnesota has a little more of a competitive team than everybody thought. I am higher on Teddy Bridgewater than some people are. I think he is definitely the quarterback of the future. Obviously, he still has some learning to do, but I think he is, like I said, the quarterback of the future. I can't see this Kansas City Chiefs team that the defense has really been struggling stopping Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson, as always, is running hard. He is running aggressive. He is running angry. I think he will run all over this Kansas City Chiefs team. I think they'll move the ball a little. I don't think they'll have a ton of success against the Vikings defense, meaning the Chiefs. I do have the Vikings getting the win in this game. We went 8-6 last week, and we are 0-1 on the week this week. We did have the Falcons beating the Saints, but the Saints were able to knock the Falcons out of the ranks of the undefeated teams, 31-21. I said in the preview video that I felt like Atlanta was not as good as their record shows. I will stand by that, and we saw that last night. So with all that I just mentioned, the 8-6 and the 0-1, we are 45-33 on the year, 814, 477, and 3 lifetime. Don't forget to like the Jam Sports Show page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Links, as always, will be down in the description. That is going to do it for me. I am Jonathan Mozet for Jam Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. This has been a preview for the matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings, and I will see you guys later.